All right, guys. I'm here today with one. I guess it's a little bit of a rant. I've gotten so many fucking questions about oral steroids. It's like people have an obsession with oral steroids. What's the best oral only cycle? What orals should I take with my next cycle? Yada da 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 da. I have a philosophy when it comes to cycles, and this is just my 2 cents. I'm an older guy now. I mean, I'm pushing towards 50. If you're going to blast and cruise, that you should try to use the least toxic compounds that you possibly can. The stuff that are going to cause the least amount of problems long term. And bodybuilding is a long term game. If you're going to get big, it takes years. There's no magic oral steroid you can take that's going to make you a Mr. Olympia in 6 months. So there's nothing that's going to put you over the top quick. There are those rare few people that get big quick, but it's super uncommon. Most people have to grind. I think they say the average person, it takes close to 10 years to become a IFBB pro. That's 10 years of grinding in the gym, eating meticulously, and yes, taking gear. And if you're pounding highly toxic oral steroids year round, Anadrol, DBOL, Winstrol, any of that bullshit year round, you're going to have problems. If it's not your liver, it's going to be it's going to be your lipids. It's going to fuck your lipids up, and you're going to have a cardiovascular event. And plus, not just that. Even if you can get away with it, anybody who's ever taken orals for any amount of time knows that after a while they make you feel sick. You feel awful. You lose your appetite. They tear your stomach up. Acid reflux. I mean, they're just nasty. And if you can't eat, you can't get big. That's another thing too. I'm not saying that orals don't have their time and place. I think people have misunderstood me there. Like, they think that I'm completely against taking any orals at all, DBOL, whatever. There is a time, there is a place where sometimes you need them. And usually the kitchen sink, when you're trying to throw everything at it, or when you're pushing doses up, you're taking weird toxic shit, that's contest prep time. And even then you want to be careful, but you don't need it in the off season. You don't need Winstrol in the off season. You don't need some of these other harsh compounds. If you are going to use an oral in the off season, I would just sprinkle in some Anavar here and there. Anavar's okay, just that it's faked a lot, but that would be my choice. Maybe even some Anadrol here and there, just short bursts of it. Even like DBOL, if you wanted to use a little bit of DBOL pre-workout on a couple days a week, no problem. But I just think it's a bad choice. Most of the time, you can find an injectable that will do the exact same thing as that oral and do it safer. DBOL, for example, Equipoise does the same fucking thing. You go on the DHT side of things, Anadrol, while Primobolan is not as strong as Anadrol or Anavar, Primobolan will get you there, and it's much safer. There's I forget there's an oral Nandrolone too. Just take Deca. You don't need that stuff. Play it safe. Do things that are going to keep your health preserved, and something that you can sustain for the long term. That's what's going to get you huge. That's what's going to get you success over the long term. Keeping yourself as healthy as you possibly can while pushing your doses up. Sustaining this, keep training, keep eating well, not clogging your fucking arteries up, not making your liver so stressed that you don't want to eat and feel like you're going to throw up all the time. And your eyeballs are turning yellow. That's not good for getting huge. Anyway, that's all I got. Save the orals for only when you need them, which is usually just contest prep or an occasional when you need to get over the hump. That's it. It's that simple. If you're just getting started, you don't need them. Take care, guys.